Hello and welcome to Sensational South. I'm Harish Upadhyaya. Over the next 30 minutes, we bring you all the major news and newsmakers from across South India. Our top story today comes from Karnataka, where the BJP is barely recovered from the 40% Commission Sarkar allegations, and now a new Bribegate storm has hit the Bommai government just ahead of elections. The question is, will this hurt the BJP? And why is the party reluctant to act against the tainted MLA? We'll discuss this, but first the report.
Bundles and bundles of currency notes. A sitting MLA's son caught red-handed. This successful Lokayukta raid has given sleepless nights to Karnataka BJP ahead of assembly elections. With the recent visits of PM Modi and Home Minister Shah, the party had just managed to turn the focus away from opposition's 40% Commission Sarkar charge. But now, it has come back with a vengeance. Channagiri MLA Virupakshappa's son, Prashant Madal, getting caught accepting a bribe of 40 lakh rupees. And raids at the homes of the legislator and his son resulting in the seizure of 8 crores in unaccounted cash has grabbed the headlines. If this wasn't embarrassing enough for the BJP, look at the brazenness with which the tainted MLA and the party's Davangere unit decided to take out a victory procession after the High Court granted bail. The prime accused claimed the cash seized from a legitimate source of income, and 4 to 5 crores can be even found in a normal household of Channagiri.
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಚನ್ನಗಿರಿ ತಾಲೂಕು ಅಡಿಕೆ ನಾಡು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜನರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 4-5 ಕೋಟಿ ಹಣ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ವಹಿವಾಟುಗಳು ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಇದಂತೂ 100ಕ್ಕೆ 100 ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದು ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರದಿಂದ ಬಂದ ಹಣ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು.
The whole Bribegate episode comes at a time when the BJP is fighting anti-incumbency in the state along with the corruption taint. Locally, the party is trying to placate its core vote bank in central Karnataka with the Panchamasali Lingayats upset over their long-pending reservation demand. Now the party has an additional task of convincing people that money meant for this region hasn't been looted by their leaders. But the BJP is yet to take any action against tainted MLA, even as many within the party want him to be expelled.
मैं पूछता हूँ विरोध पक्ष को, सिद्धरामैया को, क्या डीके शिवकुमार का घर में 8.5 करोड़ पैसा मिला? उसके बाद दिल्ली में सोनिया गांधी, राहुल गांधी मिलके उनको प्रेसिडेंट बनाया.
After their PCM campaign, the Congress now has fresh ammunition against the Bommai government.
ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಏನು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಪಕ್ಷ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಮಾನಗಳು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
With Lokayukta expanding the probe to see if Virupakshappa, who was a chairman of the Karnataka State Soaps and Detergents Limited, had indulged in similar kickback deals in other tenders, the BJP is likely to deny him a ticket and to his son. But is the damage already done? With Harish Upadhyaya, Muralidharan for CNN News 18.
Yes, that's the question. Has the damage been already done? Remember, elections are likely to happen somewhere at the end of April or May first week. To discuss this, we have an eminent panel joining us. We have Mr. Viresh from the RTI Study Center. He's a trustee with that organization. We have Ramkrishna Upadhyaya, a senior journalist from Karnataka. And we have Mr. Nagaraj Yadav, the spokesperson of the Congress. The BJP has decided not to take part in any debates on Virupakshappa. I'll come to you, Mr. Ramkrishna Upadhyaya, first. How do you see this impacting the BJP? They are barely managing to come out of the allegations of the 40% Sarkar that the Congress made, and now you have sitting MLA being caught in such a case.
Harish, this episode of Maral Virupaksha's shenanigans couldn't have come at a worse time for the BJP. I think it's caused an acute embarrassment to the party and also to the central leadership, including the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and Home Minister Amit Shah. Because, see, they have been trying to do everything possible to win Karnataka, and they've been coming repeatedly to Karnataka. In fact, once or twice they've been here throughout the week. So I would say that this incident has dented their campaign to a certain extent, because the Congress side has been saying that this is a 40% Sarkar, and they had not been able to come out with any evidence to support their allegations. But this has come as a boon to the Congress, and now Mr. Siddaramaiah is saying, look, see, you have been asking for evidence. Now here is the evidence. So to that extent, I think it's a very disastrous situation for the BJP, and it has to do whatever it can to salvage the situation. By suspending the MLA. They've not
But
even
Mr.
suspended the
Upadhyay, do you
MLA
believe the
to this
BJP
day.
missed their trick by not acting against him? Yes. Do you believe they missed their trick by not acting against him?
Yes, they should have. By now, they should have acted against him. The party should have suspended him at least, if not expelling him from the party. And the moment he got the bail, he went around as if he was a victor, and he was taken in a procession. I mean, this is the most disgusting thing that has happened. BJP has to pull up its socks and make sure that this kind of incident doesn't happen. And Madal Virupakshapa faces the law, and there's no question of supporting him, and the party should, I think, take action against him immediately.
Yes, that's something that everyone is waiting for. Mr. Nagaraj Yadav, in terms of perception, in terms of narrative, yes, a big plus for the Congress. But do you really see this impacting the election or the voting pattern, especially in central Karnataka?
Not only in central Karnataka, all over Karnataka, not only Virupakshapa's case, we have been telling the past 1.5 years, this government is running with 40% commission, and there's so many allegations against so many people, so many ministers. The government kept on telling that we want the proof, we want the proof, we want the proof. It was not our allegation as such, it is the Contractors Association made, so many various organizations made allegations against them. There are so many scams in recruitment, PSA scam, teachers scam, so many scams were there. But now the proof has come by the government authorities itself. Even if any organization would have given, they wouldn't have trusted them. But now Lokayukta has given a entire proof for them, and 6.5 crores has been found in his bedroom, and 2 crores and not is found around his son's office.
So the BJP says your
proof they need?
KPCC president is someone who's gone to jail on corruption charges. The Congress really has no moral right to talk about this, and they're no different.
One small correction, I'll tell you. There is no corruption charges against D.K. Shivkumar Saab. There is a raid conducted. There was a raid conducted by on Shivkumar Saab's issue when Ahmed Patil's matter came for Rajya Sabha, and in the resort the raid was conducted because Gujarat MLAs came. The events of that particular day was completely political in nature. That's why we say that it is political vindictive. But here Lokayukta has raided here because the redundant cash was there. The other two people carrying cash to pay to his son was also there, and his son also being a government servant and MLA being a public servant, and this is the way they behave. And upon that, I'm telling you, the BJP is not yet even acted upon to dismiss him from the party. But nowhere comparing the Shivkumar's case with him, because Shivkumar is a businessman and educationalist, and he is supposed to give accounts, and there will be disproportionate.
Well, Virupakshapa says, I have Arekane plantation, I have crushers.
No, let them prove that.
He in fact says 4 to 5 crores is nothing, no big deal in Chennai.
Let me tell you one thing. If there was an IT raid without the Lokayukta raid, we could have told that, okay, he's got a businesses, so we have to account it for. But here the raid was conducted by Lokayukta as an anti-corruption act. When that is the case, and this guy should answer for the corruption charges against him. Till today, nobody in Karnataka will come and say that they have paid bribes to D.K. Shivkumar. Let them one person come and say, I shall resign from my MLC-ship. This is the different case, and Shivkumar Saab is a different case. Let me come to one picture. After all that,
we'll come to the politics of this in a bit.
Yeah, I want to tell you
go on quickly.
5 days he was absconding, and he challenged the police of Karnataka by saying that he had not gone anywhere, and the police kept quiet. What is the kind of administration Karnataka state? Law is different for VIPs, MLAs, and different for common man, is it? Then one day,
in fact, I was coming to that point. Mr. Nagaraj Yadav, I was coming to that point. Apart from the politics, the larger problematic issues here. One, the man is a prime accused, hasn't been arrested. He was absconding. Yeah. He comes back the moment he gets bail, says, I was sitting in my house. Nobody came looking for me. Yeah. The Lok Ayukta, remember, despite naming him as the prime accused, there are question marks on whether they put in all the efforts required to nab him before he appeared or approached the Karnataka High Court. Mr. Viresh, you've dealt with Lok Ayukta with multiple cases. You've been a complainant as well. How do you see this? Does this really augur well for the reputation of Lok Ayukta? As an institution, in fact.
There are two aspects in this complaint. First, a complaint was lodged before the Honorable Lok Ayukta by one Mr. Shiv Shankar. He is the president of the Karnataka State Detergents Limited Employees Union. About 2 months back, he filed a complaint. 3 complaints have been filed. Lok Ayukta should have started investigation immediately on such complaints. They did not do so here. Later on, what they did is here, they approached the Lok Ayukta police under Prevention of Corruption Act, and a trap was laid, and it was very successful. And Mr. Prashant Madal, the son of Mr. Virupakshappa, was caught red-handed while accepting cash of 40 lakh rupees. One thing here. Here, Madal Prashant is also a public servant. He is an officer of Group A officer of Karnataka State Audit Department here. He himself has done audit. There is a lapse on the part of the Lok Ayukta police here. In trap cases, Lok Ayukta has no jurisdiction. He don't have any control over the investigation of the cases are concerned here. It is the responsibility because Lok Ayukta police is headed by a Deputy Additional Director General of Police and also assisted by Inspector General of Police. High-ranking officers are there here. So the problem is, we have been demanding a separate cadre, direct recruitment of officers for the Lok Ayukta. Now what is happening? Police officers working under the control of the state government are being deputed to the Lok Ayukta. After their tenure, they have to go back to the government here. Always they are hesitating to take stringent action against their political bosses. This is one of the reasons here. Even in this case also, police, they have not properly investigated the case, and they have not arrested it. Deliberately they have done it here because they are afraid of the political bosses here. But anyhow, this incident...
In fact, the government has changed, or rather the Lok Ayukta has changed the IO just before the investigation, or rather the questioning of Virupakshappa started. I'll go back to Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyaya. Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyaya, the institution of Lok Ayukta had great legacy. We have seen the likes of Justice Venkatachalaya, Santosh Hegde. In fact, the sitting Chief Minister back then, Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa, had to resign. And then we've had the ACB episode. Now Lok Ayukta is back with the same powers. But do you believe this entire incident where Virupakshappa got a good 1 week to appear before the Lok Ayukta, first absconding, then getting a bail, then getting 48 hours from the court itself, really shows the institution of Lok Ayukta in a bad light on how they deal with the people with some sort of influence and clout?
I think BJP should do everything possible to, restore the credibility of its own, party. But I must also say that Mr. Siddaramaiah is no knight in a shining armor, because when he was in power between 2017 and 22, he virtually scuttled the functioning of the Lok Ayukta. And, he brought in ACB, which was directly under the Chief Minister's office. I mean, everyone knows that, all those cases that were there at that time was buried because of the ACB. ACB could not register a single case against a prominent politician or IAS officer or IPS officer, which clearly showed that Mr. Siddaramaiah had no intention of, taking on corruption. So that being the case, that, he has no moral right to, attack BJP now, saying that, it's a 40% government. Because under his government, there was a lot of corruption, which was not allowed to come out, or there was no investigation done. But as far as the BJP is concerned, I think they should take severe action against this kind of cases and, strengthen the Lok Ayukta. And the investigations have to go on very quickly, and, it should reach a logical conclusion. Only then people will be satisfied that something is being done. Otherwise, this both Congress and JDS, Congress and the BJP will be seen in the same light.
Yes. Nagaraj Yadav, do you believe when the Congress says the Lok Ayukta is not acting tough against Virupakshappa, many will ask, does the Congress have the moral right? because as Mr. Upadhyay pointed out, it was the Congress government which in a way took out the fangs of the Lokayukta, created the ACB. There were several allegations against your own ministers like Anjanaya and others, and also allegation that the government was planning to get kickback in the steel bridge flyover case in Bengaluru. Does the Congress now act like they're much better than any of these parties?
See, I never expected Ramakrishna Upadhyay will speak like this. He just spoke like a BJP spokesperson. I didn't like it. Anyway, that is his wish what he had spoken. At what
No,
circumstances
he's making
ACB
valid
was
arguments,
formed? Do
sir.
you remember? No, let it be. I accept it. That is his right to tell. I have no objection to it. What I am trying to tell, at what circumstances ACB was formed. Do you remember what happened when Mr. Bhaskara was there as a Lokayukta? Do you remember the issues what happened at the Lokayukta? Do you remember, I see?
Very quickly, you've dealt with the Lokayukta in a very close manner.
Yes. Sir, what is happening here?
Mr. Viresh, do you believe?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sir, what is happening here in
Do you
Karnataka
believe
is here?
that the Congress can now
Yeah.
claim?
No, sir.
Go on, Mr. Viresh.
Congress and BJP are equally responsible for the increased level of corruption in Karnataka here. Even Congress is not
Absolutely.
discharging their duty as a opposition
Absolutely.
leader. Yes. And another thing is, sir, even the present BJP government is not providing sufficient staff to the Lokayukta. There are about 20 vacancies of additional Register of Inquiries posts are vacant in Lokayukta office.
Absolutely.
Government is not willing to fill it up. They
Yes.
they are not interested in even in the abolition of the ACB. Because of the court verdict, they did it. On their own, they did not do it here. BJP government
True.
is not serious about reducing,
True.
bringing some prevention, bringing some reformation,
Okay.
or bringing the level of corruption in the government.
Well, we are absolutely out of time on this debate, but one thing is for very sure, whether it's the JDS, the Congress, or the BJP, none of them vehemently opposed the process of, in a way, making Lokayukta powerless. All of them supported it, none of them opposed it strongly, so none of them can now claim the moral high ground. Thank you, Mr. Viresh, Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, and Mr. Nagaraj Yadav for joining us on this debate. Well, that's all we have on this particular issue, but we'll slip into a short break now. On the other side, we'll get you all the other stories from across South India.